Underappreciated.
Okay.
Everybody in? Listen, every week we try to shine some light on the stories around the league that deserve a little more attention. So it's time for another round of one of our favorite segments here on Good Morning Football. It is Underappreciated Storylines. Nate Burleson, your shirt button game is very underappreciated today.
Of course. It's hump day. So let's do this. All right. I don't know. I just like saying it. My underappreciated storyline. It's Case Keenum. Now, let me take you on a little timeline. 2012, Texans signed undrafted kid out of Houston, where he was the NCAA's all-time leading passer. He goes 2-8 as a starter over the course of 3 seasons. 2015, he goes to St. Louis, and he becomes a backup to Nick Foles. Okay? And then 2016, he begins the season as a starter, but then he's replaced by Jared Goff. So there's been some peaks and there's been some valleys throughout his career. Let's move forward to this season. Bradford, who was supposed to be the starting quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings, he goes down, and now he's on IR. We know that Teddy Bridgewater, he was injured a while ago. Wasn't going to see the field this season up until now, which he just got off the PUP list. Dalvin Cook goes down. The star young running back, he hits the sideline. He's on IR. Their head coach, countless surgeries, something like we've never seen before, as if the facility for the Vikings is built on burial grounds. Case Keenum, the guy making the least in the quarterback room, where you have multi-million-dollar paid quarterback come in as really this third-string quarterback. This season, they've gone 6-2. He's posted career highs in completion percentage, yards per game, passer rating. He has 11 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Now, because you might not be familiar with him, you might not be familiar with his resume, you might not be familiar with what he did in college. What you need to be familiar with is what he's doing right now with one of the top teams in the league. I think a fail-safe is to say, oh, well, they're just a good defensive team, and they're holding down the front for the Vikings. Yes, they're really going to defense. Some would say great, especially with Everson Griffin back. But you have to give credit to this offense because Diggs is still playing at a high level. Thielen's still playing at a high level. Guys like Latavius Murray coming in making an impact. So when you're talking about the Minnesota Vikings, you can mention all the superstars' names, but you better say Case Keenum's as well. That's my underappreciated.
Love it.
We gotta say it. Goal.
Good stuff. We're going to stay in the NFC North for mine.
Okay.
I just got back from a weekend in Chicago. I was a sideline reporter for the Bears and Packers game in that pouring rain. And heading into the game, I was fascinated by Chicago's rookie quarterback, Mitchell Trubisky. I was thinking, okay, here's Trubisky with this kid who's got this amazing arm and all these skills and these tremendous talent, number 2 overall pick. Well, Trubisky played well, and I liked meeting him on Friday, but you know who I was blown away with? The other quarterback,
Really?
Brett Hundley. Yes, Brett Hundley. The guy everyone skewered on social media last Monday night after they lost to the Lions. Yes, Brett Hundley. The guy who had everyone in America mistakenly calling him Brent Hundley for the last month. It's Brett Hundley, guys. Not Brent. No, it's not Brent. It is Brett. Hundley was amazing when the game mattered most on Sunday. In that pouring rain with the season on the line, Hundley had this run to keep the season alive. This is on 3rd and 3. He gets out of the pocket, does it head first, get in there, first down. Then he had this 3rd down conversion here. This was huge, right? There's this one here, right? This is late in the game when they're like 3rd and short, and he goes deep to Devontae Adams, puts the game on ice. Hundley was awesome on Sunday. And I'll tell you what, football aside, the former 5th-round pick is making a difference off the field in a way that I am glad I can promote on this show. Now, you get to know these guys when you do their games. So we're talking about Brett Hundley on Saturday. I said, well, what don't we know about him? When Brett was 10, his sister was diagnosed with epilepsy. She'd have seizures throughout her teenage years, and Hundley was always the brother there with her. He watches this his entire teenage life. He's extremely active with this group called Athletes versus Epilepsy. And when he isn't playing football, this guy is balls to the wall, attending events, doing everything he can, speaking with legislators, trying to secure funding, raising awareness to treat epilepsy. His coach loves him, his teammates love him, and number 12, if you're wondering what Aaron Rodgers thinks of him, did you see this embrace after Hundley throws the game-winning touchdown pass? This is Rodgers running to the sideline to greet him and say, way to go, buddy. Look, you see him here, and you know that, I know that face, but I don't really know Brett Hundley. Everyone in that building is all in on Hundley, and I almost feel bad because Tuesday morning after that Monday night loss, we went around the table and said, what are they going to do with quarterback? Do they bring in someone from the outside? No, they've got their guy. And guess what? The Packers 5-4. And after this weekend, I think fans should be awfully proud of their quarterback for at least the foreseeable future and let him ride it out for the rest of the season until Rodgers comes back. Brett Hundley, class kid, and a good quarterback in the NFL.
How would you describe when you got to see him? You talked to him after the game, too.
Yeah, and he's
so
excited and confident. Like, all that stuff that we were talking about at the table in the national media about let's go somewhere else. That Packers team, those are veterans right there. That's Jordy Nelson. That's Devontae Adams. That's Mike Daniels. They're all in on Hundley. So it doesn't matter what we say on these networks. Hundley's the guy.
And he's been there.
And he's been there for 3.5 years.
That Rodgers shot is great. And, you know, the precursor to that was when Rodgers was getting carted off, Hundley ran him down before the tunnel and gave him love. It's really cool to see, man. That was really well done.
Good job.
I guess I'm going to, sorry, guys, keep it in the NFC North and go back to the Vikings here. I didn't know you were doing the Vikings, bud. Case Keenum underappreciated the whole team from their coach, their quarterback, their resiliency. Today I want to give some love to their offensive line because, Nate, I didn't hear you mention the offensive line, and I feel like they're not the best in the league. They're not even really among the best in the league, but they are so tremendously improved from what they were dealing with last season. They were bottom run game last year. That was their undoing last year, their offensive line. This offseason, they turned it around. They drafted. They moved some pieces around, and they have depth at the position. Their run game not last in the league. They give Keenum time to throw. He's played almost every game, and he's only, Case Keenum has missed, what, like 6 quarters? He's been sacked just 5 times total this year. So I thought we could get to know this offensive line.
Let's do it. All right. Yeah.
All right, I'd like you to meet Vikings left tackle, 6'6", 305 pounds, out of Iowa. It is Hawkeye Riley.
Yo, what's up, Riley?
So he's born in South Dakota. He loves fishing and hunting like a North Dakotan quarterback that we know and love. He started his career in Detroit. They moved him to right tackle. Didn't really work out, so he signed a big deal with the Vikings in March. He quickly became a team leader. Jim Caldwell said that he was one of his all-time favorites. So he's like this good, quiet leader. Of course, he's not on Twitter. Of course, he's not on Instagram. Of course, he also has 0 sacks and has missed 0 games. How about Vikings left guard? He's 6'3", 303 pounds, out of Harvard, Nick Easton. He majored
These guys are great.
He's a teammate of Cameron Brate and Kyle Juszczyk at Harvard. 2-time All-County in discus.
Yeah, one of the oldest events in the history.
Discus in high school. We see. Let's move on to the Vikings center out of the Ohio State. He was part of an O-line that Ohio State that they called the Slobs.
Perfect. Okay.
Whatever.
Yes.
It's Pat Elflein, right? They traded up to get this kid in the 3rd round. He loves hot wings. I mean, like every post is about hot wings. During the summers, he worked out like with concrete, so he's nicknamed Pat Crete.
Pat Crete.
That's his nickname.
Nice.
Wrestler of the year, total like perfect center.
Yes.
Like, couldn't make
this is
better.
great. I feel like you're showing the same picture every time.
They all look like linemen, right?
Big 10 white guy.
Vikings right guard. He's 6'5". He's 305 lbs there at Michigan Tech.
Michigan Tech.
3.8 GPA, mechanical engineering degree from there. It's Joe Berger, who enjoys building furniture and woodworking projects.
Does he?
He recently restored a 1953 Studebaker truck.
Yeah, of course he did. A 53 Stude.
Vikings right tackle, 6'5", 310 out of Oregon State. It's Mike Remmers, ladies and gentlemen. He likes to golf. He likes photography and drones, not in any particular order. He was not invited to the NFL Combine. He wasn't invited or offered a college scholarship out of high school. He may not play this Sunday, by the way, due to concussion, but they do have depth. Kyle, this is a guy that you would be best.
That's my guy. Me and Beth, the Rem.
He's expecting a second kid. You have 2 kids, so congratulations to them. He's the only one on the starting offensive line that has an Instagram. Okay. And he has a Boba Fett shirt. He's tweeting about Star Wars. He has a Pearl Jam vinyl.
What?
Amazing. And he even went to see these guys.
No!
He's a Tool fan.
Stink Fist! Unbelievable! Anima! Oh, this is my spirit animal, okay?
That's just for you, boy. Bro. So there we have it. And that would be it, guys. So there we have it.
That was incredible. Those guys.
They look like actual Vikings.
Yes, they did.
It looks so O-line.
I know.
But 5 sacks for Case Keenum, like that's a lot.
That's incredible.
I
mean, I know it's cold outside. I didn't know there was a blizzard in here. Guys, here we go. Everyone's going to enjoy this one. That was so fun. Everyone's going to enjoy this one. All right, remember those old Bud Light commercials where it was real men of genius? Yeah. And it'd be like, here's to you, Mr. Beach Metal Detector guy, celebrating the heroes that we should all prop up. It's sort of their own underappreciated. Mine, real men of genius. Here's to you, Mr. Shovel Pass guy. Guys, we have been talking about the Shovel Pass all season. The Zodiac says 2017 is the year of the rooster. No. It is the year of the shovel. Look at Kelsey getting up. It is everywhere. Time was in football. If you saw a shovel pass, it was a gimmick. It was like seeing a celebrity. You'd want to take a picture with it. Or it was from a bygone era where they took trains to game and had jobs in the offseason and salt pills and men were men. Now it is everywhere. And now the shovel pass is all over the place. We're seeing future Hall of Famers do it. We saw Christian McCaffrey got his first touchdown on a shovel pass. Look, down in the end zone. It is now like the bread and to a tight end, Peter. It is the bread and butter. I love it so much, too, because there's a great fake-out factor where the quarterback kind of dekes the DN and thinks he's going to run and then flips it. It's kind of like my little brother. I used to go, hey, look at my left hand. Bam! Right here to the body. And they fall for it every single time. The shovel, you know, we all celebrate the downfield pass, the big arm quarterback. You can make all the throws. No, it's just here. Anybody can make it. You just shovel it. The only question I have is, why is it called a shovel? Nobody's shoveling like this. Shouldn't this be more of a shovel pass? I don't know the answer to that. But I do know maybe we'll see some in Mexico this weekend, where it's known as La Pala. So viva La Pala in the year 2017. I'm so fired up for Mexico. I just see these shovels. I hope so.
You think so?
So Derek will do a little La Pala. I'll do La Pala all day. Guys, the shovel pass is like the new handoff right up the middle. It has become common and has become exciting. Viva La Pala.
Yes.
Underappreciated.
I just really hope that it's an awful swear word that Will told you meant shovel, and it doesn't really mean that, and you're making a fool of yourself.
That wasn't from Will. That was from the old Bing.
All right, fine.
Let's see.
Cortana wouldn't steer you wrong. All right, up next,
You're
we've
La
got...
Pala something.
We had over like 700 submissions for Which Guy Wednesday, so we've got really tough ones to go through.